Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Social Impact Coaches Meeting. My name is Charlotte Hudspeth, and I'm the Executive Director of Extracurricular and Extended Learning Opportunities. Today's format will just be a short PowerPoint presentation. We'll go over the objective of Social Impact Challenge, what's required of you as one of their coaches, and then we'll have an opportunity for questions at the end. If at any point during the presentation you have any questions, go ahead and type those into the box. I'm sure Leonidas can interrupt me at any time and get those questions answered for you. If not, we'll answer them at the conclusion of the presentation. The Student Activities Department really tries to support you in every way we can with materials, with meals for students, incentives, training, your supplemental pay. This is Social Impact Challenge is a short competition, but I'm sure most of you are coaches in some of our other areas. So really what our goal is to try to make it as easy as possible on you to just coach and not have to worry about all of those logistical things that can really bog you down. Social Impact Challenge is new this year. Well, actually, last year was our first year. Prior to that, it was the Aspen Challenge. It's one of many programs that we oversee in our department. We've really tried to add things to create some vertical alignment from elementary, middle, and high school. This year, we've added middle school cheerleading. We've also are expanding our esports program that we started last year. And then Social Impact Challenge, the theme is voting. And then Link Crew is a freshman transition program that is taking place at 11 of our high schools this year. We're hoping next year to expand that to all high schools. I want to take a minute and introduce you to the team that makes all of this work happen. They are truly the most dedicated group of people I've ever worked with. Your contact person for Social Impact Challenge is Leonidas Patterson. I'm sure he's already emailed you a million times. If you have been getting his emails, you'll see that he's pretty detailed in what exactly you need to know. He's also responsible for academic decathlon, secondary UIL, academic pentathlon, and Social Impact Challenge and Link Crew. Another member of our staff is Christina Martinez. She is responsible for newspaper, yearbook, social media, training, activity site, and cheerleading. Noelle Spear is responsible for elementary UIL, TMSEA, Destination Imagination, Lone Star Challenge, our activity site. Angie Nuno is responsible for esports and chess. Erica Guzman is your contact for transportation. She also works with our supplemental pay and budget. And Vicki Beeman is our office manager. You know, we've really had the benefit of watching year after year now what an impact involvement in extracurricular activities can have on students and on coaches. And we really encourage students to participate in at least one extracurricular or co-curricular activity each year. You as a coach play a huge role in that. Social Impact Challenge is a new one for most. So I appreciate you taking on this challenge as a coach in addition to the challenge that is the Social Impact one. We know that this is a little bit different than it's been in the past. Last year when we started this, we kind of got into this whole virtual thing right when it was Social Impact Challenge time. So it was virtual last year as well. So we've moved it to the fall. We do have a little bit of experience in how the virtual platform will work, but thank you for agreeing to coach and for getting students involved. Student expectations, just like at school or anywhere else, we want them to be respectful of one another and have honesty and integrity in all competitions. So this is what you needed to know, the program overview and your responsibilities. So the objective is to empower students to design and implement solutions to address the community's toughest issues. And the challenge this year is to address issues surrounding voting rights. And the theme is Go Vote, an Exercise in Democracy. The most important date you need to know is October the 8th. There will be a forum. Leonidas has some great things lined up. It's really, really going to be an interesting agenda. And then presentation date is November the 19th. The responsibilities that you have as a coach are to build a team that represents a range of skills, and you want to have at least 6 to 8 members of that team. You will need to supervise them, whether it's virtual. You'll help them kind of define what their challenge is. And then you need to make sure you have some meetings and provide an opportunity for them to see, to work as a group, whether it's on campus or if in a virtual setting. You should have been designated in Oracle by your principal, and you would know if you received an email that said you've been designated in Oracle, please sign this coach agreement. Please sign that agreement. If you haven't, if you don't recall getting that email, then go to your principal and ask if they have entered all of their coach designations that you don't recall seeing yours in there. We really need you to complete that agreement. That is the way that you get paid through the Oracle system. So it just really delays things if you got the agreement just sitting out there and it says waiting on coach signature. The pay for participation is $750. And then there's an extra $250 stipend if you present your proposal. Okay, so the Student Election Workers Program, Dallas County Elections Department is really trying to get some workers to work the polls. This is a great opportunity to kind of get some voter awareness of the election process for students. There are some requirements there. You've got to be 16 years old. If you're 18, you must be registered to vote in Dallas County. U.S. citizen, you can see all of those requirements there. If you want more information on that, Esmeralda Garcia's information is at the bottom of this. You will receive a copy of this PowerPoint, so you'll be able to click on that link. Field trip request. I don't think we'll need this, but just for future reference, if you need transportation anywhere, this is the link, and it's different than the link from last year. And these are the steps. You just go to request new trip. Erica is your contact person for transportation, and her contact number is there at the bottom. And again, your contact person for all things social impact challenge is Leonidas Patterson. Best way to reach him is by that second number, which is 214-876-2279. If at any point you cannot reach him, any of us are available to help you, and that main number is 972-749-5700. There are some great resources, interesting videos, and websites to visit for topics on voting. They're over there on the slide. You can link those when you click on those links when you get a copy of the presentation. And just some things to think about when it comes to voting, education and rights and suppression, popular vote. All those are maybe you can use for brainstorming when you're working with your students on what is the biggest issue in our community around voting, and what can we do as a team to help in that solving those challenges. Okay, at this point, do we have any questions?
I don't see any, Charlotte. You must have done a very good job in presenting.
Okay, do you have anything to add, Leonidas?
And I'm going to send you a lot of resources, because we have went through the newspapers, went through the website, and we have a lot of videos, a lot of newspaper articles. You know, this is voting issues is in the news. So there's a lot of stuff. So we're going to be sending you a lot of information. You're going to get an email from me, and I'm going to be asking you for t-shirt sizes of your kids. I've already ordered those t-shirts. They're already ready to be sent out to you. You're going to get some a playbook that you can go by. So there's a lot of things that you will be getting. And I'm going to be sending an email out tomorrow. So look for that email. There is a question. Does every team get an option to present, or is it a finalist invite only? It is by invitation only. And if every team have such great presentations, then every team will be able to present. But it will be an invitation only. But we hope all of you can present. Yes, it's a project. Is this project based? The question is, so basically the kids come up with a plan to change voting that they will implement in the real world, and explain how they would implement that plan. I don't know any other way to explain it, but exactly how Michelle Reed just explained it. Exactly. That's what's going to happen. And I would be interested in those, something to think about. If anybody can come up with another issue in voting that does not fall into those categories, I would be surprised. And if you can do that, go ahead and type in your answer right now, because I think every issue that are challenged in voting, it will fall into those categories. And let's see over the next 30 seconds if someone could find out with something. Maybe this, here's a question. Maybe this will be addressed later, but I'm confused by the frequent phrasing of choosing a challenge. Is there a specific list of possible options? You choose this challenge. The theme is voting rights. The challenge could be education. Does more people need education? Or do we have the challenge could be under voting rights? The challenge could be under suppression. The challenge could be the kids think that, you know, we should have popular vote. They should pick the president. The challenge should be participation. When I say participation, I'm talking about young voters. Are they participating? We're talking about elderly voters. Can they get to the poll? The challenge could be fraud. The challenge could be electoral college, eligibility. So you pick a challenge around voting issues. Yes, October 8th is the forum date. So you should have your team picked by October 8th. And that was what was the deadline to have your team picked. The first presentation will be written. And all of this, you're gonna get a playbook and it's gonna explain all of this to you. And the playbook is gonna come out just a couple of days before October 8th, because we want everybody to start at the same time. And we will be giving you a calendar of events in the playbook. As a matter of fact, when you receive your email from me tomorrow, you'll have that calendar of events in there. Immigrant voters, that's participation. It falls under participation, see? And eligibility. No more questions, Charla.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for agreeing to coach Social Impact Challenge, and stay connected and get involved.